Hey guys, another day in paradise. Really doing a number on me this morning. Brandon's still talking shit. He's so stupid. He saw, like, I don't know what his deal is. He's throwing up, like, Illuminati symbol in him. I think he's just too stupid to realize what is going on and what he's freaking doing. I'm done with him. You're not allowed in my life or on my channel, or I'm just going to disregard at this point anything that you say. Anyways, and dear Veronica, you can hop on my live at any time and we can talk about it. But the fact that, like most clowns, hide behind their systematical bullshit, and I know what you did last summer tactics for some kind of form of blackmail intimidation, it's not going to work on me. So have a nice day. But you're on what, program number 20? To come in here and talk more shit. But I hope everybody's doing okay. They want to try to silence me and the attacks. But I'm still going to talk about my targeting regardless. Ay, Dios. I hope everybody's doing all right though. Doing my hair, trying to get my day started. Just wait for everybody to get on the chat. Yeah, but Brandon keeps making video like I'm not gonna argue with that retard anymore. Like he's literally slow. And young. But I won't be on here too long. I got a long day ahead of me today. I've got to run errands and go to work. Just be prepared, you guys. Holidays are coming. They're going to play off of that. I got a funny feeling something like 2022. They're really going to play off of this shit. Excuse my language. Just be prepared. They're probably going to be doing some crazy ass shit. You know, with the Freemasons and Illuminati involved. There is no freaking telling. It wouldn't surprise me if the whole world goes batshit crazy. Being microwaved right now, buzzing. trying to induce pain so they could feed. Yeah, that's me. That would be I, my friend. That would be me. Yeah, last night I think he created about 3, 4, 5 profiles to try and get on my live and harass in the private chat. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Yeah, he's done like video after video. He has to protect his reputation. But you're, literally walking around with your shirt off and videos getting, yeah, it's bro every 5 seconds. With a gun in the background. Like he doesn't understand. His gun's not gonna protect him from this neuro BS. Like I don't know what he thinks is gonna happen or this is, but yeah, definitely says bro like every 5 seconds. Yeah, same bro. Yeah, definitely won't save him. Everybody's a bro. Yeah, it definitely won't save him from anything. What the hell, C-Dub? Are you serious? They're so stupid. Yeah, I like it when they have those guys from India call me with the social it's the Social Security Administration. My name is Michael Johnson. Like, bro, shut the hell up. Yeah, it's like they send all these scammers to harass us too, and they put us on. Like, it's so easy. I used to do telemarketing when I was younger, cold calling and stuff like that, like automated numbers that we would have to like call. And I'm pretty sure that's what they do. Like these guys can just sell your number and um, put it on some automated list for scamming and spammers. They'll start calling you from these numbers that are like 0000. I wouldn't doubt it if some of mine are those spammers that call me. I'm calling from the Social Security Administration. My name is Rakesh. What is? Yeah, it will, C-Dub. They're pure evil. Yeah, I don't know if you get V2K, but next time they say something, just go, what is? Oh my God. And call them wet dinner rolls. I agree with you, C-Dub. It will prevail. It has to. This is ridiculous. Sorry, guys, trying to get ready. Yeah, I took I hate when they amplify pain. I took a cayenne pepper pill. Um, I take cayenne pepper every day, turmeric, ginger, and ashwagandha root. But I took a cayenne pepper on an empty stomach. So I'm feeling the wrath of that. So they're amplifying the pain, which is in the gut, the lining of the stomach. So it's really painful. As far as work, the bar industry basically is what I do. I have more control over the situation rather than being able to dominate and psyops my previous job that I had. So I have more control over the situation where I can even build my own schedule. Um, so I'm able to take advantage of that situation. I do what I gotta do to provide for my family, my kids, and my mom. Whatever it takes. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I wish I could live freely on the grid, but I have to take care of my family. I'm pretty much like the backbone. Um, I gotta take care of my kids, my mom. Um, it's really, really tough for me anyway. I did the whole real estate school and all that, and it was just a waste. Um, Yeah, I would like to get back into like retail management or something like that. And that's actually what I'm working on right now. Um, I kind of miss the idea of a set schedule, and stuff like that. But I'm real fortunate to be able to have a job, and the job that I work at, um, they're like family to me. So I'm real lucky. Yeah, it's real hard, financially for us. I think they're gonna really play off of the whole holiday thing. So you guys, you know, hang in there as best as you can, because the holidays is not just affecting TIs. Keep that in mind. So try not to get too depressed over it, because it's actually affecting everybody. Um, Even, people I know outside of the TI community are being affected financially and not able to provide for the holidays, um, like they're used to. So just hang in there. Don't let them play off the emotions of depression and stuff like that, and stress, and I'm all alone and it's the holidays. Don't let them do that, because that's what they want to do. But it's affecting everybody right now, not just us. So try to hang in there. We can do this together. We're gonna be all right. Yeah, we'll get through this one way or another. They want to do a number on everybody right now. Yeah, hopefully, things will ease up though. That's what I'm hoping for, but I doubt it, because they're gonna try to make a big deal about, the holidays. Everything is pretty much a distraction on foot. You just heard them manipulate my speech, with some zaps, the stuttering. It's ridiculous. when I can't even express myself naturally as a human being. I feel like my form of expression is also being oppressed. Um, these Kabbalistic, or Kabbalism beliefs, and they're just the tactics they use, these parasitical tactics. The lower level perps, they like to play off the systems, hide behind the systems. Like I was mentioning earlier, a lot of these lower level perps that hide, they think they're a big, they think they're a big deal. They hide behind these systems, and I'm a good girl and I'm a good boy, but I know what you did last summer. Tactics. Um, you know, those kind of people are just, to me, in all honesty, are just non-factors. The ones over this are really going to do a number. If you haven't noticed already. So they're really going to play off like the whole holidays. Um, but that's just, they didn't want you to know about the energy shifts we had this weekend, the planetary lineup and the asteroid. All these lower level perp shills and stuff, they can, laugh all they want to. Oh, she's a spiritual person, and and da da da. But science is science. So if you want to be ignorant to the fact of science and how the universe works, be my guest. I guess they missed out on physics. Quantum physics is amazing. Shall we talk science? We can. They want to sit there and disregard a lot of things in their third dimensional ignorance and try to force their third dimensional systematical programming and thinking, and then get mad about it. Yeah, they're blackmailing BS. It's stupid. And they'll even have other TIs not knowing, unknowingly, do the same thing. Total accusation, stuff like that. But a lot of people are not realizing or awakened to the truth of being a reflection of each other. So therefore they need to reflect on themselves. The constant blaming of why somebody's upset or angry, and why they woke up that way this morning, cannot be blamed. It's total reflection time. Yeah, their homosexual agendas. That's monarch. All that is when it comes to, I'm just going to be honest, and I might rub people the wrong way, but I think a lot of that confusion of energy, because people try to, the flesh is the distraction from the spirit. So a lot of people try to put feminine, masculine energy into the idea of a gender. So a lot of people get confused while in their fleshy bodies. So these perpetrators and these people over all this, they kind of play off of that and lead people into the wrong direction with things like programming, presenting an idea of how you should be and how you should address yourself, so that way you don't know your energy. So they really play. They're even playing in the off the gay community. Where it's just getting really bad. They're playing off the masculine energy. There is a feminine energy that's coming in really, really strong right now. So they're trying to make a mockery, sometimes also control that feminine energy that's moving in by having, they're using a lot of children, if you notice. I respect everybody's belief systems and how they feel in forms of expression. If that's who you feel that you are, namaste. I love you no matter what you believe in, who you are, how you express yourself, your form of expression. But they're using a lot of children right now, if you've noticed, who claim they're coming out of the closet, wearing makeup, this, that, and the other. This is another form of their BS, I guess you could say, where they're really playing off of that energy. It's getting pretty weird. So I hope that makes sense. But there is a strong feminine energy. So a lot of people are mistaking this energy for a, how can I say it, more of a third dimensional kind of human form of expression. Like, I hate males right now. And the males are the masculines. I hate women right now. Attack the women. They're dealing with these inner emotions that are more third dimensional rather than addressing it for what it is. There's a strong feminine energy that is really coming through, the universe, and we're all feeling these shifts. And people, because they're not familiar with what's going on or hold that knowledge or even understand what's going on, and they don't even recognize energy, like they don't understand their own energy. So they're receiving mixed emotions and they're addressing it the wrong way, literally. So you will have, if you're a female, you're probably dealing with some narcissistic BS coming from male energy. And I won't refer to it as a masculine because they don't know their masculine energy yet. So I'm just going to refer to it as a male energy. So it comes across more mannish than it does masculine. So that's also being played off right now. Morning, TI News. So embrace these shifts. They don't want to sue. They don't want you to embrace any of this. Yeah, right. Yeah, he's still ranting about, his whatever's about me. There you go, Father Jimmy. Yeah, I just refer to myself as just being a tree in this world. I know who I am. I try not to define myself with ego. That's awesome, TI News. Yeah, I try not to define myself with ego. Yeah, but I hope the whole Brandon thing would just end. Um, that's dope, TI News. Congrats, bro. That's so dope. You're lucky. Yeah, I've already cut the cord with him, cut ties with him. I just wish he'd move on. He wants to call everything a smear campaign and use certain definitions to define what he's experiencing right now with me, and that's called you pissed me off because you fucked up and burnt a bridge and you're cut off. He's like, oh, you're smear campaigning. No, I'm just calling you out on your bullshit, and it's time to move on. Like, you go your ways, I've gone mine. Thanks, Father Jimmy James. That's dope that how you worded that. I really appreciate it. That's pretty dope. I like how you worded that. Thanks. Yeah, do it, C-Dub. We only live once. Me and Jen were talking about that, I think, the other day about money. And we've just come to the realization that, we're dying anyway. CI. So she's like, I'm gonna buy a pair of boots. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy a pair of fucking pants and order me some online too. So we just came to that realization, just be happy. Just be happy. What makes you happy? Just do it. No, actually, my father, it's a long story. He was adopted, so we actually had to do some background investigation. I found out it's total mixture of everything. We have Mexican in our family, a lot of Balkan, Scandinavian, um, European ties as well. But I do have African American married into the family. Um, I appreciate it, Father Jimmy. Yeah, my family is very diverse. I got Hungarian up in New York. They're real loud and expressive. South Philly in my family, the same, very loud, expressive. It's kind of what I grew up around my whole life. I've traveled the world being a Air Force brat, so I've got to encounter just many different backgrounds, cultures, people, ways of life and living, which is truly a blessing. Yeah, I lived upstate New York. I lived in Philly. It was awesome. I miss it. I miss Philly actually a lot. Yeah, got a lot of sassiness. You got to when you're only 5'2", 105 pounds. I've been little my whole life. Have you ever seen Chihuahua back down? No. Yeah, when you've been petite your whole life and 12-year-olds are bigger than me. You kind of have to have that fire, that sassiness, because everybody around you is a lot bigger than you are. They don't pick on me no more, that's for sure. I had to learn how to hold my own energy and become my own energy. Um, and when I did that, it made my life a lot easier rather than blaming the whole world for, you know, everything. I used it as a tool. You know, anybody, any kind of relationship or friendship that went, you know, sour or south, I use that as a tool. It's just an experience. My mistakes do not define who I am. They were just an experience, and I use them as a tool. So a lot of people like to use people's mistakes against them to achieve something within them, whether it's depending on the individual. But for the most part, it's usually the other individual is insecure and fear lies there. So, but you're a human having a human experience. You're not your experience, and I think a lot of people don't realize that. So they tend to hold on to things and beat themselves up over it. I can speak from experience. It's okay to let go and say, hey, you know what? You made a mistake, move on. You're okay. So if you're a person that's, beating yourself up over, past experiences or mistakes, it's okay to let go. You don't have to, be a prisoner in that thought anymore. You can allow those thoughts to just kind of pass by like clouds. Don't hold on to them anymore. Just know it was an experience. You can let go now. Yeah, Father Jimmy James. I believe you're right. It's kind of something that I am still researching as far as the game theory, because you got to remember the ones that are over this world, what I believe are mentioned in Gnostic texts. The gaming theory would totally make sense when you're dealing with things like archonic forces that perceive things in a non-organic matter, if that makes sense. Manner, excuse me. They would perceive us more like source players in a kind of like stimulated perception, if that makes sense. Actually, I'll be honest with you. I know it's kind of a gross subject, and probably people are like, "What the fuck?" No, I didn't experience that, but I did experience a lot of body changes, changes even in my thoughts and consciousness, because I'm highly sensitive to energy. So I wasn't just consuming the toxins of chemicals and force feeding of the animal, but I was consuming the energy and how that animal lived and died. I could actually feel it and did not know this at the time. I experienced all of these things kind of on a spiritual level. I just didn't know how to put it into words to express it for other people to understand what I was experiencing. And now I can, but I was definitely consuming the energy of how these animals were treated. And a lot of them are force fed, abused, neglected, and put into horrible conditions. I didn't experience that, but I did experience a lot of like parasites and mucus and stuff like that. It was really gross. And because of my targeting, I still consume, unfortunately, things like processed foods because I'm on the go. My time is limited during the day. So I'm still experiencing the want and need to detox my body because I still have a lot of heavy metals and nano due to consuming sugar and processed foods. I believe you're probably right, Father Jimmy James. I believe you're right. I just kind of figure I guess my enlightenment um, had me realize that food is actually just a distraction. Um, that our true higher selves are supposed to only consume energy. I think food is definitely a distraction to keep us in our flesh bodies, thinking that we need to survive off of what is, in the flesh. And this is not true, unfortunately. I believe you, Father Jimmy. I have seen things that I couldn't explain to people on a empathic, emotional level, where I know that these animals are full of love and are able to express themselves, but humanity um, looks at them as lesser than them, just because I'm just going to make a perfect example, especially here in the United States. I live in Alabama, so there's a lot of farmers where they feel because their form of communication is not the English language and they can't use their hands to express their emotions and thoughts and words, that they feel like they're lesser or even dumber than a human being. This is not true. Yeah, Father Jimmy, it's so sad. I believe so too, Father. Sounds like you're Father Jimmy. Sounds like you're real knowledgeable in that area. I really appreciate it. You're amazing. I really appreciate that a lot. And thanks for expressing your knowledge and sharing your knowledge and ideas. I really appreciate it. Oh wow, TI News. Yeah, if people could really connect to just all life, and I'm not just speaking about just animals and humans, but all life that exists, and respect it in its state of being rather than tampering or using. A lot of people don't connect on that level, and when they do, it just changes everything. I'm not really sure. I wish I knew, because all life speaks to me just on a different form of communication, more on a energy frequency level. So I speak the same language. A lot of people don't understand, um, and it's really sad. Um, like I honestly, if people saw what I do, they'd be like, "What the fuck?" I literally go to an animal shelter just to meet and greet every animal in the cage to show them love. Um, and I feel like it's kind of my job as an empath, to kind of consume that energy and
alchemy it by giving them love, because they're neglected from that. They're neglected from that. A lot of people don't understand these animals have been neglected, or they're probably traumatized. When I see the ones that are pacing back and forth in their cages, a lot of people. I've always had a hard time since I was a kid going to like a circus or a zoo. I felt really connected to nature and animals my whole life, but always wanting that urge to release them, from humanity's idea, man's idea of keeping. Uh, and some of these people who think, that they're actually saving, some of these beings are not really saving them at all. You have to really connect to them on an emotional level. Uh, I know this world has a lot of work to do, but if we could all just, kind of wake up and be more compassionate and respectful to all life that exists. Exactly. And I'm just speaking for myself, to each its own. Like I'm not a doctor. So I'm only speaking for myself when I say this, but I'm living proof that you can eat off of what is provided, and not have to eat meat. Even milk, I drink plant-based milk. I drink the one that tastes like vanilla. The plant-based plain is just, kind of plain, but the vanilla is really, really good. Things like almond milk, stuff like that, because I just, what they do to these animals, um, I can literally feel their pain, and people, um, just don't get it. Kudos to you, brother, and all your knowledge. I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming on here. And those are the most intelligent, um, animals, I believe, on this planet. Another thing too is, people don't realize just the intelligence of these animals. It's incredible, the way that they can sense energy and communicate. It's so amazing. Oh my God. Just the serious. Yeah, because of me being an empath, eating food is really, really hard because I don't even want to cook vegetables. Um, so I just look at everything like, oh my God, what do I eat? Like I literally can't even pull weeds out of a garden without feeling, because I know the weeds, a lot of weeds people think are bad, but if you actually do your research, you're able to consume them or use them for healing purposes. So it's really sad. Like when I go to my garden during the spring and summer, I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, I've actually connected with dolphins and whales on a very spiritual level, and they're so smart. It was crazy. It was last summer, I think, or the summer before. I connected with the dolphins in Florida on a spiritual level, where we went on a dolphin tour, and we made it to Shell Island, which was pretty shallow waters. where a lot of people do snorkeling. And as soon as we pulled up, I kind of started to get in the water, and some dolphins came close by, and the captain was like, "They never do this." So I got underneath the water. I actually had an anxiety attack because it was so cold. But I could hear them under the water, and I was just in tears like the whole time. They're such beautiful beings. And if you do your research, you'll see just their healing frequencies with humans and their engagement with humans, on a natural level is so beautiful. Yeah, I got real lean. I got like in 2 weeks, I was so lean in tone. I was like, what the hell? I started taking ginger root tea, turmeric, and cayenne pepper, and I got lean in 2 weeks. Like it looked like I was going to the gym. At you all the time. TI News, the crows on a spiritual. A lot of people think black is bad. Like they think it's kind of like bad omens and stuff like that. And that's not true. To me, my connection with the crows on a spiritual level are messengers. Yeah, so do I, Father Jimmy John. I do too. Um, I still prepare meat for my family. I don't force it down their throats like, oh, this is bad. I don't judge them either. I just allow them to be in their being. Um, but when they ask me why I don't eat meat, I tell them why. Yeah, you're right about that. She loves steakums. Oh yeah. Yeah, my daughter still eats meat, but she still tries to eat as healthy as she can. She takes a lot of fruits, vegetables. The Mexican side of the family is real hard to convince, becoming vegetarian. So, oh my God, that is so amazing. You're so lucky. You're real lucky. Yeah, I highly recommend anybody who's raising a young one to bring them to nature and return them to nature. Yeah. Father Jimmy James, I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it. What was that rabbi? It was a long time ago. The video's still on YouTube. That rabbi who was speaking with a radio host and said that they go after our children. And he said 200,000 to 300,000 a year. And he says, then we dip our Passover bread in their blood and feed their bodies to a meat grinder from McDonald's and Taco Bell. I lost it completely. But that guy is on YouTube. You can look it up. I forget his name, but they said the guy said, I mean, he was just evil, just pure evil. And I think he died. He's definitely rotten in hell. Yeah, you're lucky, Father Jimmy James, that you have that much control, to be able to guide your children in the right direction. You're all lucky. Bro, we lost. Bro, yo, bro, yo, bro. Oh, bro. Like every 5 seconds. Yeah, I can feel them on a spiritual level too. Yeah, Wayne, it's ridiculous. I wish he would just move on. Like, it's time to just move on. Yeah, bro. He has bro Tourette's. Pretty much. Bro toilet paper. It's Wednesday, bro. Oh my God. He just wakes up every morning just mad at me, just wanting to. Yeah, mine too. Well, I've been on here since 2018, exposing my targeting. Yeah, me too. I am too, Wayne. Just start calling them all bros. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's what I say. They get all that stuff and then all of a sudden they think they're quality. Pretty much. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm assuming Wayne relief from this just constant hell that they put us through. We're finally free. I'm only assuming. Yeah, I agree with you there. Energy never dies. Yeah, I think for a lot of us, we're not coming back. The recycling soul system. But coming back. Yeah, everything is. You're right about that. It is in reverse. Death is a final system of this world. These things thrive off of all that fear. Yeah. And I always say, like, being in the womb, we're surrounded by water for 9 months. It's time to return to the waters, you know? It's the whole idea of rebirth. A lot of people don't get that. Yeah, that's how they set up these, I call them parasites, but like the archonic forces and all these other beings involved. Just prison planet. Everything is, it seems like, systematically created for suffering. Just in my book, and that's just my opinion, I guess, as an empath. I'm not stating this to be truth, but it's just my personal opinion from experiences as an empath, that I perceive things to be kind of, it's just too much, you know, suffering, and it just sometimes it feels like some of it was systematically designed just for that, in order for something else to receive. You know, I do believe that we are a source for something that has been over us for quite some time. And, yeah, it's time to move on and let go. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, they are parasites. Mind parasites, looking for hosts. Knowledge is the currency of the universe, and now knowledge is definitely power against these archonic forces and parasites. Their only other form of control after that is fear. Fear of heights and stuff like that is a natural fear, but I'm talking about fear that is a lie. The restrictions because of programming, not being able to think for self and perceive things using your own perception rather than a, you know, an altered perception that was created by fear. Yeah, you're right about that. You definitely come across as an enlightened being. We tend to speak kind of poetically sometimes, I think. It can become a beautiful journey. Unfortunately, as a TI, they kind of take that experience away, which sucks. I prefer to experience all this on a more loving platform, but they create such havoc, and it's like a bunch of evil 5-year-old monkeys with laser beams. Like, oh, it's my way. I don't like like, oh, great. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I might want to act like some form of authority that they don't have. So they claim their authority by using fear. Um, it's real sad. Yeah, I picked up on that real quick, Father Jimmy. Um, notice how they stopped calling it Corona and started calling it COVID. A lot of people, believed in the lie. They called it COVID-19. We referred to it as Corona. Then they rolled out Bill Gates, who removes viruses from computers, the owner of Microsoft, to roll out vaccinations. People, they're still going to get their vaccines. And I'm like, is this thing on? Where did Bill Gates go? Like, he's gone now. Like, all of a sudden, you don't hear about him anymore. It's like, oh, great, thanks. Yeah, if you could send me that link, brother, that'd be great. Yeah, I even think using the terms targeted individual, which I'm probably going to stop using, because words have meaning, and I think they want us to define ourselves as basically a prisoner of some sort or slave, and using certain terms like targeted individual, because we give things meaning and power, and using I'm trying to explain it in the right way. Using some of their, what they want us to define is giving them power and meaning. All right, brother, I'll definitely do that. Yeah, I agree with you there, Jimmy James. Yeah, they want us, I think sometimes they try to make us give things meaning. And I try to perceive everything on a more high vibrational frequency. Like, my perpetrators, when I start doing research on like ancient Egypt and stuff like that, they start using religion. Fear, stay away from that. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, research is kind of like my thing and favorite thing to do. So yeah, you're absolutely right about it. I agree with you there. And that's something that I'm coming to terms with, a battle within myself now, where I'm trying to hop off of this patterning that is keeping me kind of enslaved. But it's really difficult for me because I feel like I'm kind of trapped due to my targeting. It's kind of making things kind of complicated, where I wish I could just throw my hands up in the air and say, yep, I'm done. But, my kids and family are looking at me like, when are you going to work? Like, then my landlord's like, so, utilities is like, a lot of people are more fortunate where they can just throw their hands up in the air and say, you know what, I don't need that. But unfortunately, me, I got 3 kids that are looking at me like, so, I kind of need braces. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but and then I'm looking at my car like, oh, you need gas money. So, I mean, unfortunately, I don't have the easy way route. Hey, Barry, hope you're all right. Oh, yeah, you're right about. I didn't even think about that, James. I didn't even think about that. That's dope that you brought that up. I didn't even think about that. But did you notice that the back of the quarter that year when it was released, there was a bat on it? I was like, what the hell? I call him Bill Gates of hell. Of in hell. Yeah, that's a good. You broke that down. That's awesome. Yeah, it's really hard, Barry. I'm having a real difficult time where I feel like I'm kind of like trapped. They're really doing a number on me. Where I'm just like, let me out. Let me out. Yeah, it's real difficult for us females during this experience. It's like, oh, you have breast and a vagina. Woohoo! We're gonna have do a number on you. The demonizing of women. You know, they definitely are gonna use Adam and Eve you know, faults against me. Yeah, definitely never coming back to this planet ever. At this point right now, it feels like a zoo. Yeah, absolutely. You know, when that union happens between man and woman, I refer to women as womb man, WOMBAN, being the closest thing to a portal to bring in a soul into this world. When that union happens between a man and woman, it's so beautiful. The love without restraints, the unconditional love, and just growth between that dance of love and spiritual growth is so beautiful. Absolutely. And they want to program man and woman to be systematically, I guess you can say, engaged. I don't know how to put it in the right words. I'll be honest with you, Wayne, and I'll probably get tortured for this one. But what the hell? I'm I'm nearly like no longer. But it's mechanical. That's all I'm gonna say. The deceivement, you know, mind over matter. Get rid of the common cold. Mind over matter is all I'm gonna say, and blame everything on COVID. That's all I'm gonna say. How do you reel them in? There you go. There you have it. Facebook profiles, Pandora box, like, dislike, skip, # direct signal to AI to everybody who is in that same group of pound, if that makes sense. They want to present the idea of connected consciousness through AI when we're already organically connected. Yeah. Well, it's got flaws too. Technology has flaws. It's sad. Yeah, Father Jimmy James, I agree with you there. I agree with you there. Uh, Man is been programmed to provide, uh, a certain way and not in the spirit. Yeah, it is. It's mechanical. That's all I'm gonna say. Nobody. Oh well. Yeah, that 5G grid is pretty much set up. How to reel them all in. You can get rid of everything by blaming it all on something. We need an intervention and a babysitter at this point with these guys. I think spirit and the physical, if you're listening, sister, stay strong, described it as we need some adulting. Yeah, they want that new world order. Sorry. Good. How are you? Hey. What are you doing? Hey. Yeah, I believe there are. These malevolent beings are really doing a number, not wanting to let go from my experience. I think that's why there's going to be a intervention from source because they won't listen. Yeah, right. All their mockery and cartoons, movies, shows. I think everything has to wait until it's wrapped up, basically. Hey, how are you? Pretty good. 256.
Be 1424.
Alright. Here's real plate.
Here's your receipt.
Okay. And can I donate this too?
Yeah, sure.
You don't have to put my number in, it's okay.
All right.
I'm just donating it.
$12.
Okay. Or actually, if you want to use this instead.
Oh, yeah, 74.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
All right.
No,
Cool.
it's alright. Alright, thank
There you
you.
go. You're welcome. Have a good
Bye.
day.
You too. Yeah, Jimmy, I agree with you 100%. My name is Christina, and that means to be Christ-like. Names are very important in this. Yeah, the new, well, that they own the media. They want to treat Havana syndrome like it's a cold. Like, it's, they want to treat it like it's some form of a cold, and this is like, it's so stupid. Yeah, it's really sad what they're doing. They're really heating up the back of my neck and the whole upper part of my back. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I really appreciate that. During my channeling, I was connected with the idea that I'm 10th dimensional being, and the ones over this world are definitely not a fan of me and really trying really hard to get rid of me, rush me through basically this matrix. That's real sad. That they're so like they feel like they're right, and they want to force that like there's some form of authority and they're not. Just because you're scary and can hurt somebody doesn't make you authority. It makes you a terrorist, a bully, and lesser than. Because if you have to force some on somebody, then it's quite obvious that you are lesser than, because they have something that you need to receive or get rid of, because their presence makes your life quite difficult. So, I mean, even just my presence alone gives them a hard time, and they make that well known, because, just like right now, I'm just driving, and, they're hitting my head, and I'm, hey, Nick! Morning! Yeah. agree with you there. They want to keep me, well, how they keep me in a low vibrational state is they actually force it on me, directed energy weapons. They're really gung ho about keeping me and thinking they own me. They've actually lowered my state with force using directed energy weapons so they can come through even further. It's all being forced on me. They come in for like sucker punches, what I call sucker punches, like right when I wake up or in the middle of the night when I'm sleeping. You know, in vulnerable states to state their claims, basically. And it's ridiculous. And I've stated back, especially to anything that is not of love and light, that if you have came through and manipulated in any way, shape, or form to get some kind of consent, it's not going to stand. It's null and void because it was manipulated. And I do not consent to any forms of manipulation. I do not consent to the use of this technology to feed off of, make money off of, or broadcast my personal or private life for any reason whatsoever. I do not consent. Yeah, exactly. TI News. Gotta say, you gotta let go. And that's another thing they want you to do. They want you to hold on to like accusations, to like guilt. Oh, it's this, it's that. No, let that shit go. You had a human experience, so what? You made mistakes, so what? You kicked a dog in the keister when you were 15, so what? Forgive yourself and move on. They want you to hold on to this stupid stuff, but they're over here doing a number, and then it's your fault. No, I don't think so, there, guy. We're not blaming it on China. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something here. Yeah, it's all tit for tat bullshit. Excuse my language, you guys. A lot of dick measuring contests. As long as man is behind this and ego is there, it's not going to be pretty. I'm sorry, but I truly believe that man thinks that they can just do it on their own and do kind of as they please. It's not that at all. You got to respect all life that exists, and I think they know their time's coming, and I do believe in God still. They want to take my faith away, and I won't let them. And when it's all said and done, I believe that's who they're gonna have to face at the end of the day is the Most High and God. And these guys always want to be a part of, and it's not even about them. This is bigger than the government. Like they want to be a part of everything, and it has nothing to do with them. Yeah, praise to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. Yeah, I pray every day about it. These guys have really done a number on me. They've got it out for me. I believe, like the cabal and stuff like that. I think they have it out for me pretty bad. But I have no enemy.
Any enemy of mine is an enemy to themselves, and I can show them. I and they get mad. Like I can show them. Any enemy of mine is an enemy to themselves, and I can show them. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. You know, they don't want to hear that. Yeah, but all this energy that they're bombarding me with is not mine. Even the fear they're hitting me with is not mine. It's theirs. So I truly believe, um, you know, this will all be sorted out in the end. And I think that's their worst fear. Uh, like trying to induce fear into me that, you know, is not mine, is not my problem. Yeah. Well, we change everything with just our thoughts alone. So if you change the way that you think, um, you know, it changes everything. And I think we're going through that shift where manifestation is like probably at its highest right now. So I highly recommend anybody who practices meditation and manifestation to really get to it right now because we really need the assistance. Seriously. I could use a helping hand on a spiritual level. So yeah, they bombard me with a lot of fear. But this fear is not ordinary fear. It's not fear like, oh, you're going to die. It is a fear that would cause me to go into a seizure. Um, and they want to hold me in that and act like I can deal with it on my own. And I think they're really overstepping their boundaries. And these guys really need to pay. You know, they're not allowed to do this. Like, it's. I look at it. Yeah. The bears I'm talking about are not just ordinary bears. These bears are like health, pure health. Like imagine them broadcasting a fucking black, huge draconian crawling over your seats to attack you. Like it's. And I'm just a female, 5'2", 105 pounds. How dare they? These guys need to be held responsible for their actions. It's a fear that they couldn't even handle. They could sit there. I mean, it's easier for them because they're behind the technology. Like, yeah, you can because you know the outcome. You know, predictive patterning with expected responses. I'm pretty sure anybody can study the nature of a human being and human nature, and the outcome. You know, it's quite obvious. But these guys want to act like some kind of intelligence, and at this point, I refer to them as encounter intelligence because this is just fucking ridiculous. Yeah, 105 pounds. Yeah, they're real men. Yeah, it's real men involved when that starts happening.
you know, in my broadcasting, you know, these perps will go to swinging at me, clenching their fists at me. I've had some of them wanting to use me as literally a punching bag to see how hard they can hit me. I'm not trying to play a victim. I'm just sharing my story. And trying to see how hard they could hit me. And it was quite obvious. Their level of maturity screamed, I've never been into a real physical altercation with a grown man. You know, when a grown man starts, or any man for that matter, starts attacking a female in such a vulgar or aggressive manner, really makes me want to question their manhood and the size of their testicles. Yeah, and I think me being highly sensitive to energy makes my attacks, and it's almost like they don't get it. Like they really have, like, they're so gung-ho, like they know what they're doing, and I truly honestly believe that they don't. I'm a highly sensitive being, and these perpetrators definitely need to pay. Yeah, if you're a male that needs to dump your aggravated or aggressive energy on a female, it's reflection time. Because I'm going to be honest, I speak a lot about energy. And, you know, if you want to sit there and be stuck, because I know there's a lot of perps and trolls and shills that, you know, hop on my channel, or even just, you know, some TIs who want to beg, differ, whatever. We could talk science or spirituality, because they both go hand in hand, whichever you prefer. You know, to combat your battle that's actually within. It's not an argument with me, it's an argument within yourself. But, you know, sexual energy, for example, males are usually, you know, both male and females, TIs are oppressed in that area and are neglected and oppressed from any kind of relationship or love encounter or even healthy, you know, sex. So they hold sexual energy is the strongest energy that a human has. So we've been misled and programmed to use our sexual energy in a certain way and form. So that also causes a lot of aggressiveness within a male TI to react and act out because they think they need sex, but they do not know how to use their sexual energy to their benefit or benefit off that energy. So they hold on to that energy, that sexual energy, in an aggressive manner. So it actually stays rooted in the root chakra, and they hold it there. And it becomes lower emotions like aggressiveness, irritation, anger, stress, sadness, you know, all these lower vibrational emotions. Start using that sexual energy and express your energy more. Use it in like painting or working out, but you have to actually become in tune with your root chakra in order to do this. And a lot of people don't understand this. And you can sit there and say, oh, you're talking out the side of your neck or out of your ass. Please do your research is all I'm asking. If you want to say you're in combat with your ego, we can do this all day, but you're not a baby, and I'm not going to hold your hand and, you know, burp you over my shoulder and help you with your diaper. I'm just going to be, you know, we're all grown here. If you want to choose to take it out on me, your ego and your insecurity, self-esteem, and but I don't want to. I can't. There's nothing I can do. Like, you have to actually focus on your root chakra when it comes to sexual energy and become in tune. It's not about just, I'm going to be honest, forgive me for being so blunt, but that's just who I am. It's not about just rubbing one out, licking your bean, or jacking off. Like, that is a waste of, like, sexual energy, which is the strongest energy. You know, watching porn and stuff like that, like, you know, if that's what you do, to each its own. I don't judge. Like, I respect everybody. Namaste. I love you no matter what. But I'm just being honest. Like, tuning your root chakra and that sexual energy is so useful and powerful. You have no idea. So if you want to sit there in a low vibration that's stuck in your root chakra and just aggravating your emotions and state of being and probably your other chakras because you need to get, you know, rub one out or whatever, be my guest. But I'm being honest with you. And I know a lot of males, unfortunately, this is a problem, a major problem for them because they haven't been taught. And that's okay. Nobody's blaming you, but it's really time for us to say, hey, you know, yeah, when you become like in a union, like of love with no time and space, when you I'm not even trying to tell my business, but I might as well because I give no fucks anyway. But, you know, I traveled the universe when it happened. And it wasn't a orgasm coming from, you know, the genital area. It was a orgasm like all over your body for like, and it lasted forever, like fucking 30 minutes, an hour. Like, I was traveling the universe. There was no time or space when that happened. And I was like, yeah, you can have your point. It's not needed. I promise. And that's also programming too, where they want to demonize a woman and demonize a man too. It's not just, you know, us, but they want to, you know, have the man look at the woman in that manner as well. So it sucks. And you know, if they honestly, if people, and they can get offended, I don't care because I know their ego is, you know, right there. But if people also, I do believe in things like, you know, signs in the universe. I do believe in, like, if you're a Scorpio, you're usually really sensitive in that department, like the stomach and stuff like that, and just carrying on energy. I think people are just wired differently, so they're sensitive in certain areas. That causes a lot of conflict within themselves because they don't know. They just don't know. Yeah, you just gotta see a lot of these practices from my experience, you just have to know. Like, if you don't know, it could be a big mess. Like, you could be walking around with a chip on your shoulder, mad at the whole freaking world, and don't even realize it's because you're holding on to this energy that's like in a certain area of your body, and you're just like, you didn't know. Yeah, my relationships with Scorpios is because I'm a Virgo, is like a earthquake meeting a hurricane. It's I have always had a real strong connection with Scorpios. My previous relationship was a Scorpio. We were together for a long time, and it was like the best relationship.
when we were in love, we were in love. When we were fighting, it was like an earthquake meeting a hurricane. Literally. Nobody could compete or compare. Like there was nothing else. It was like everybody was about to witness like a hurricane and earthquake meeting. Like yeah. Yeah, they really are. So the whole this is how they're able to play off, and that's something I want to talk about if I have enough time. I'm kind of running out of time, but honeypots, the idea of honeypots, also a manipulation of creation, is all I'm going to say. Yeah, I've always liked Aries. I like water and air signs. Um, but the honeypot thing, when you do not become dependent on yourself, love yourself, a lot of manipulations of relations and friendships and just connections can be created by the enemy. So it kind of falls back into taking responsibility. Yeah, that's something I'll talk about that on another live. Because I don't um I don't need a man, and I know I got a platform full of males in here, so it's no offense to anybody. I don't need a man for anything except for just like as far as a relationship, just pure love without restrictions and boundaries, more on a spiritual level. Um, but you know, I guess I like to just because I have a perfect balance of the feminine masculine energy. Um, I think a lot of how can I say this? A lot of my female friends are more I don't know how to say this, are very similar to me where we're just very sturdy, strong. I prefer to be around more of a strength, strong energy, um, if that makes sense. My phone's acting. Yeah, it's really difficult when you're, how can I say this, with the enemy, you know, just there involved in everything. It's really hard to find that trust again, but I definitely encourage all TIs to start trusting again. It makes your life a lot easier, trust me. No pun intended, but it really does. When you start trusting your environment, your surroundings, and just people again, it makes life a lot easier. That doesn't mean that you have to put up with the bullshit. But when you're always walking on eggshells about not trusting somebody, unfortunately, this goes back to science. I'm going to try to explain things in a more scientific manner because a lot of people have a hard time dealing with my spirituality. The outsiders that just don't like me too much. But that's what you attract. So when you start attracting, while you're giving off that energy of fear, you're kind of reeling that in. And the whole not trusting, it just, my personal opinion is you're missing out on encounters and possibly blessings and connections of love, and even if it's only temporary, whether I've crossed paths with you for 5 seconds, 5 minutes, or 5 years, I met you, which means I met me. So I hope that makes sense. Oh, that's crazy, Jimmy James. Yeah, Mercury is my planet sign, being a Virgo, and my moon's in Gemini, which is the reason why my feminine energy is so strong and in tune. I love my root chakra. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I love my root chakra. I am in tune. That's something that I'm working on, Jimmy James, is the planet Saturn. I've been led with a lot of fear about Saturn, so I haven't connected with Saturn, to be honest with you, but I've connected. My favorite planet to connect with is Jupiter. Right now, for some reason, I'm connecting with Neptune, and I think that has a lot to do with my connection to the waters as a Virgo. Yeah, I'm hoping eventually I can get Jennifer on here so she could share her story. Her story. That's why I get so upset when it comes to defending Jennifer. If people knew her story, they wouldn't talk shit about her at all. Okay. Sorry, hands are full. Thank you. California. Hi, love. Thank you. You guys have a good day. Bye. Yeah, she's from California. And I just want to clarify because I know there's probably 1 or 2 trolls or whatever. I don't even want to define them anymore. But she's mixed, and you know, they look at her in a certain manner just because she's pretty and has blonde hair. But those people who are perceiving her that way are being misled as well. Um, you know, she is very pretty. And she has a really big heart, and her personality is incredible, and her laugh is addicting, and she is an awesome friend to have from my experience. That's why I'm so defensive when it comes to any TI that tries to bash her, basing their assumptions just off a photo. You've never heard her tears, so I have. And yeah, California is pretty bad, I heard, for targeting, from my understanding. I think a lot of major cities are. Like California is real bad. I heard New York is pretty bad. Atlanta, where Kevin is, there's a couple of TIs out there that I know of. Besides Kevin Christian, Revelations usually comes on my lives. He's out there. He's hit pretty hard. Yeah, I was always in question whenever I saw a lot of and I did I had to do my research because a lot of religious people would come on my channel and be like, why do you have that deity as your profile pic? And I'm like, deity actually means divine. And I think everything is just supposed to be in a perfect balance of harmony. And I always question why there was a sun or an image of a sun behind a lot of these pictures, if you will. I was always in question. Yeah, you've definitely done your research, brother. Yeah, the sun. Yeah, you've definitely done your research. I wish I was in Mexico. You're so lucky, Wayne. Most of my family, like from Mexico City, they're here. Unfortunately, in the South, it was years ago where they had immigration roundups. Some of my family members were deported back. But for the most part, they all got their citizenship. Thanks, Father Jimmy James. I'll tell her. Yeah, if people could just hear her laugh. She has like the best laugh in the world, and she's freaking hilarious. I hope I could really get her on here one day, but I'll let her tell her story. I don't want to, put her on the spotlight like that. But it's really hard for her to express herself at this point. But I'm hoping that she'll be able to get the courage. It took me 2 years to be able to speak up about my targeting. Where I started coming on here, my first video, you can scroll all the way down, it was back in 2018. And you can definitely see where I've grown and become a stronger person. But it was really bad. My gang stalking and the confusion stage was really, really bad. I will admit that I was a very naive person. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know. Yeah. I think US is getting really bad, and like places like the UK too get really, really bad. I heard the UK is pretty tough. I appreciate that, brother. I didn't even see that. Thanks for that. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I heard Australia's bad. Still human. Wayne Morris, he gets it really bad. They do a lot of sleep deprivation on the males. I'm a Virgo. I can't remember. I'll have to look up my sun sign, but my moon sign is definitely Gemini, which explains a lot. I'm pretty much all around Virgo. Except for the organization. Like I'm not really organized when it comes to like items and stuff like that. Like my purse is considered the black hole. If you put something in there, you'll never find it. My closet is just like, what the fuck? But I like organizing other people's things, so that's definitely Virgo. Where I like to just always help. If I don't feel like I can help somebody or be of assistance, then I just feel completely useless. If I'm not being, somewhat of a helper or informative for somebody else, I feel completely useless. Like there's just no point in my life. I'm just like, gotta do something. Do you want me to clean? Like I'm always trying to help everyone, and I neglect myself in the process. Welcome to the Virgo life. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, you're Beyonce. Yeah, I think Drake is a Virgo too. That explains a lot of the diversity. We seem to be more in control of our like balance of energy. We definitely keep a small circle. We're very picky when it comes to relationships and who we become friends with. But if you ever have a Virgo as a friend, just know that they will literally stand in the line of fire for you. Like their loyalty, we're very territorial when it comes to family, friends, and relationships. And we will always defend you, no matter what, until we're blue in the face, even if it kills us. Like if you were to call me and say, hey, if I had a doctor's appointment, you're like, hey, I need a ride, like I would totally cancel my doctor's appointment and come pick you up. That's what Virgos do. Hey. Oh, I thought Drake was Virgo.
phone is overheating.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
All right, gonna go to charger. Oh, they're overheating my phone. Sorry guys, phone died. Yeah, my mom's. I got family that are Tauruses, and we get along real well until we start butting heads. You can't. A Virgo just. Yeah. Crazy. I'm right here just doing some cleaning real quick. Huh. That's incredible. I didn't know that. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, I think that also is creates some kind of personal opinions and mishaps when it comes to targeting. Um, you know, the clash of the titans for some. Virgos usually tend to get along with everybody, but there's just some signs that just rub us the wrong way. I've had clashes with the Pisces male. We're really good friends and we can have the combos forever. But once you guys disagree, the Virgo and Pisces, oh my God, it's literally like the friendliest fight that never ends. But a Virgo and Scorpio, when they go in for a fight, boy, oh boy, oh boy. The Scorpio goes after blood, the Virgo goes after the soul. A Virgo will literally pull out a Scorpio soul and say, here, reflect on that, and leave them there with it. The Scorpio goes after blood. I have a few female friends that are actually Scorpio, and I love them with everything in me. We're like the bestest friends. It's a really cool, unique relationship. Yeah, I think so too, TI News, and I think that's how they gaslight and ego drive a lot of certain individuals, including TIs, where we all want to be considered this, whatever. And I actually deal with that. I encounter that ego, not as much as I used to, where I just humble myself in spirit. And then again, it's like better to be safe than sorry, because they can really play off the, they can do the God, excuse me, God complex ego, which is like the worst one. Yeah, and they can definitely gaslight, turn us, against each other. It's sad. Yeah, my dogs are outside. Sorry, multitasking is quite difficult for a TI. I usually carry my phone around with you guys, but while I'm doing these things, but my phone's about to die, so I gotta keep it on the charger. Yeah, the gaslighting of the ego. Yeah, it's real funny.
And see, it's real easy, I think, from my experience. I don't want to say easy, but I'm going to use Virgo again. Because Virgos by nature just love sparkly, glittery things. So we like light and beautiful, flashy, glittery looking things. It's like our thing. We don't care if it's just like a little fucking ornament. If it has glitter on it, we're like, oh my God, I want that. So in my head, with my awakening and just like thoughts kind of like in spirit will be kind of like, oh, and they'll play off of that. So it becomes really, really difficult.
Wow. Yeah, you've definitely done your research, my friend. You've really done your research.
I've really encountered just recently I've never really encountered the Capricorn like I have recently, and I admire their intelligence. I've never really encountered the Capricorn until just recently, and I'm kind of taking a liking to the Capricorn. I admire their intelligence and somewhat of a uniqueness.
Jimmy James, what are you again? TI News, what's your sign?
Everybody just put their sign below. Fuck it. Oh, you're a Cancer. I get along with Cancers really well. I get along with all people, but it kind of explains any kind of conflict and chemistry and all that stuff that I encounter with certain people. Your ex is a Capricorn? Yeah, I get along with the Cancer. Yeah, I've noticed my experience with Cancer, I've never really pissed one off, but my encounters with Cancers and pissing them off is not fun. They're very protective from my experience of kind of like their foundation, and can be kind of territorial. They like to be the leaders in the family, especially the male Cancer, like to hold it down in the household.
Are they all Sagittarius? Wow. Ludacris is a Virgo. Yeah, Michael Jackson was a Virgo. You're a Sagittarius, Melissa. Yeah, Virgos kind of always stand out. Unfortunately, we are the center of our attention, whether we mean to or not. Yeah, it definitely explains our communication skills are always on point. We're very directive and precise with our communication skills. That's cool, TI News. My son's a Leo, and it definitely shows. I'm a Virgo, C-Star. Yeah, my son, my youngest, is a Leo, and it definitely shows when he gets upset. Like, he has a mighty roar, and everybody feels it. And he's definitely my little star seed. Where the way that he communicates and expresses himself is very precise and, on point, where he will literally tell me if something upsets him. He'll literally say, "Mommy, that really makes me sad," or "that really makes me angry or mad." Um, oh, wow. No bull Taurus for me. Yeah, they're kind of hard to deal with. Their energy is real strong and firm, and they like it their way or no way at all. And they'll let you know that if you're disrupting their way, you cannot partake in their activities. You will literally be kicked out and kicked off the island until they're done with their activities and how they like to do things. True story. I've met many Tauruses. No, Jimmy James, we are very clean. Hygiene is very important, cleanliness, where we need to be clean and always smell very similar to the earth and flowers and rainbows. A Virgo always wants to smell like a rainbow, I promise you. Like a bonsai tree or we won't let you know. I promise you. You will come to believe that we do not even use the restroom or go number 2. I promise you. Once you find out that a Virgo uses a restroom, it's like worse than death for us. But I've learned to, I guess you could say, just mature in my state of being, where I've found another way to express just myself due to being an empath and kind of retaining or holding energy. I've learned to express it using comedy. So now if I ever fart, like, I laugh rather than like let it ruin my whole day, because a Virgo will let that fart ruin their whole day. It will literally be on their mind until next year. No, the Taurus thing, it literally is a bowl. If you piss a Taurus off, it is just literally like watching a bowl. And you're just like, oh God. And I think my encounters with the Taurus, the Virgo, kind of learns to be a fake submissive just to end the argument with the Taurus. A Virgo is just naturally very dominating, but not dominating to offend or harm anybody. The Virgo is just kind of, I know what I'm doing, and you're just going to have to find out for yourself. But when we are wrong, which is very rare for the Virgo, it's just like an O. When the Scorpio male, from my experience, teaches me when I'm wrong, it's almost like being disciplined by a higher source of authority. You become submissive and you're just like, oh, okay, I get it. Hey, Justin. They are a very stubborn energy. That is kind of fixed. They're set in their ways. It's kind of hard to move or shift a Taurus. Yeah, my mom's a Taurus. Yeah, you're right about that, Jenny Jane. In my case, my sensitivity as a Virgo, I will let somebody walk all over me and hurt me numerous times. But when the Virgo has finally had enough, they will cut ties with you, and you are not allowed back in. You could cry, beg, and bring the world to the Virgo. She will not let you back in. Drinking a root beer afloat. Capricorns are pretty cool. I've just now encountered them just recently, and I really like their intelligence. I enjoy their, their presentation of their knowledge and intelligence. I think it's really unique and pretty awesome. The original Scrooge penny pinchers. I believe it. Well, it's all about logic. I would assume that comes from the logic of a Capricorn as far as penny pinching. Yeah, one thing you don't want to encounter from my experience is a Pisces male who is an engineer. That is a nightmare. I've experienced one where it was just like the deepest, craziest conversations, but it was like the meanest, nicest feud that lasted forever. And the Pisces male will bring up that argument literally 7 months later just to finish the argument. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. For some reason, I've been meeting a lot of Geminis, and I've never really been attracted to the Gemini just because they're so diverse with their personalities. A lot of Geminis are diagnosed with personality disorders because their nature is, their sign has different personalities. So I've met Geminis where they just go from hot to cold, and I'm like, okay, who are you now? I'm sure that probably came with growth too, because as a Virgo, for me, from experience, it came with growth and experience to become like in my true nature and be comfortable and accept, who I am. It definitely came with maturity and growth and experience. Because before all this, I was just carefree Virgo where I was just like walking around like, fuck it. No cares, no worries. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I had a lot of energy as when I was younger. I was literally like a gazelle frolicking through the forest. Opening my dog's new toy. Yeah, she does. She's going through a lot of targeting right now. I'm hoping I can get her on here to be able to share her story. But she experiences heavy duty targeting 24/7. Oh wow, I didn't know that. Come on. Come on. Let's go. You want another one? Here. Here. All right, you guys, I gotta go to work. Be good. I'll be back. Libras. Oh, okay. So they probably do a lot of shifting of energy without even realizing. I think some Virgos can just be kind of like natural, just empaths or even alchemists. Yeah, yo. Yellow's in the building. Yeah, she's like granny status, senior citizen status, still twerking. She's still twerking. I got two friends that are actually Aquarius. It's a male and female. And I actually introduced them and they became like they were completely exactly the same, just different bodies. It was weird. They were literally like brother and sister. September and late August. Yeah, the Aquarius are really interesting people. I've met a lot of cocky Aquariuses. Yeah, I think they are too. I think Virgos are tend to be more like aliens. At least me anyway. I do too. I like weird, healthy personalities. I prefer alienish. Take care, Yellow. Cállese. Cállese, no hay nada. Quit. Sorry, guys. I was just sending an email. I think my sun sign is Virgo. Definitely explains a lot. My moon's in Gemini. Yeah, my moon in Gemini explains my feminine divine energy. Yeah, I am a very hard worker. I work all the time. I feel useless if I'm not doing something literally. So my perps and these handlers try to hold me down and keep me down like in a bed. I'm like, are you fucking insane? Have you been watching me? Like, do you not get it? It's not happening. Even if you broke a Virgo's leg, they will replace it with 2 sticks and a rod somehow and some rope and hop all the way to work and back. I promise you. He's a Cancer. That's a good sturdy sign too. I actually like the Cancer sign. I get along with most Cancer. I've never met a Cancer I didn't get along with. Yeah, if you've ever met a lazy Virgo, I question what house they're in. And probably their moon sign. Yeah, Cancer sign. I like Cancer. They're pretty cool. I've never met a bad Cancer. And my experience with Cancer is, for some reason, my encounters were always male. Yeah, I think my dad is a Libra. That explains a lot. Yeah, no, they're not soft in a bad way at all. Most Cancer men that I met, once you get past that shell, you're absolutely right. They warm up to you, they open up to you, and it's such like very loving and sincere. But yeah, I don't think Cancer is, that is true. I've never even really noticed that until now. Like, I couldn't see a Cancer dating a Cancer. Like, that would be weird. Yeah, those claws are definitely not for show. From my experience, I've literally watched a Cancer, when push came to shove from being bullied, like pulverize another dude. Where I was just like, whoa. Yeah, what a paradox. That would explain the confusion of the Libra man and why he feels like he has to be so mannish and aggressive. Yeah, I know. It's funny when they don't believe in it, and I just look at them and I'm like, how can you not? Do you see how you're acting? Like, hello?
Do you not just wonder why I'm shopping all the fucking time? I'm a Virgo. If it's glittery, I can't even speak. If it glitters, shines, and sounds pretty, guess what? I'm going to own it one way or another. Yeah, they are really pretty. And that's funny you say that, Jimmy James. I don't. I don't. My mom is like that, and she's a Taurus. I don't. I cannot stand coupons. So I don't know if that's possibly my moon sign, but I hate coupons and coupon clippers. I hate it. I'm just like, ugh. Yeah, we love to shop. We could have the flu on our deathbed, and we're like, we'll be on our phone shopping. I promise. But I promise we'll be shopping for you first before we buy for ourselves. We have you in mind before ourselves. And we will definitely shop for what you really need that you don't even know that you need, but we know you need it. Like Sephora has been on my mind for the past 3 days straight. I promise. Yeah, TI News, the coupon thing. I can't stand the coupon thing. And see, I have friends like I love consignment shops and thrift stores, but the way that my mind works has a lot to do with being a Virgo and overthinking, where I'm thinking about somebody else's energy that is still on that physical item that I am bringing home. I'm like, your energy is on me. That's how a Virgo thinks. We're overthinkers, very critical thinking. Yeah, the mind of a Virgo and how they view finances is money never stops coming and it never stops going. So we'll worry about the light bill tomorrow. Virgos are pretty funny to be around. But I'm really fond of like Scorpio. Um, I like I like Geminis. I don't know about a relationship with a Gemini, but I just like watching them. Very unique individual, especially the females. The females usually have like a big heart and just like a total opposite of personality. Like it switches on like a light bulb, a light switch. And people really think that there's something wrong with them and do not realize it's not a medical condition. It's really in their nature.
Yeah. Yeah, they really do. I was really good friends with a female Gemini, and her masculine and feminine was so on point, but she did not realize this. So she expressed this energy with more of a personality. So it came across as having like some kind of bipolar or personality disorder. And I was like, yeah, it was literally like watching um, menopause, postpartum, and a testosterone issue at the same time because they expressed it with a personality rather than energy. Yeah, I think so too. I agree with you there. I think that's where a lot of my feminine strength comes from, where like nobody can tell me shit. Like, yeah, you can stop right there. Yeah, I agree. And I think that causes a lot of conflict within the person if they don't know their own energy. Um, it causes a lot of conflict within themselves and even communication amongst other people. Explains why I dance in a full moon. True story. Probably why I refer to myself as a child of the moon being raised by the sun. Explains a lot. Yeah, it can drive people crazy. I'll be honest, I think my perps connected probably are fucking insane by now. I'm such a just overthinker and it's got to be fucking perfect, like every little thing. And if it's not, I freak the fuck out. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my perps have lost their fucking marbles. Cause like every day I'm like, if this is not fucking perfect, I'm about to fucking flip out. I'll literally like replay a song if it's not on point and like everything has to be on point or I freak the fuck out or I'm just like, no, this is not right. We can definitely be annoying. And I've learned that where I'm trying to control that being overwhelming to others who are in their state of being and not disrupt them with my overwhelmingness. Hey, Maccabee, Bree. Love you too, Melissa. Yeah, that was back in my days, my friend. And I was like the biggest fan at the time. I watched that movie, Thriller, like a million times when it first came out. Yeah. I don't know much about the Sagittarius, I guess because I haven't encountered many. I base a lot of things off of my experience. Yeah, rest in peace, DMX. Rest in peace. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. And unfortunately, I did my research. The Virgos, any Virgo TIs, have a really sensitive nervous system. So it's really unfortunate for a TI who, like myself, Scorpios have a very sensitive stomach. So all you Scorpios out there with the sensitive stomachs, a different diet. Yeah, mine are trying to do character assassination. It sucks. Oh yeah. Yeah, they definitely are. A Scorpio will fight you. Will hold a grudge until their deathbed or blue in the face. A Virgo knows how to handle it pretty well. I think that is our greatest competition is a Virgo. The Scorpios usually, from my experience, a Scorpio male is usually attracted to the Virgos mysteriousness and uniqueness. The female Virgo is usually attracted to their strength, strong energy, and their eyes. Their eyes always give off that they're a Scorpio. I've noticed a lot of Scorpios too tend to have like almost like a lazy eye, but they have that mysterious look in their eyes that the Virgo usually is attracted to. That's how the Scorpio reels are in. No, no more snacks. Hey, M&M's. Yeah. Well, they're all pretty lame in my book. Bye, guys. Be good. I'll be back later. I go to work. I got free. Wednesday. Yeah. You get a. All right, look out, you guys. Ahorita vengo. Ahorita vengo. Oh, wait. Hold on. Wednesday. Wednesday. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Just my luck, it would be a Gemini. Guaranteed. Bipolar son of a bitch. Guaranteed it's probably a Taurus or a Gemini. Yeah, but they're definitely not a match for the Virgo when it comes to battles. Like I said, the Scorpio goes after blood. The Virgo will pull out your soul and tell you with a smile it's reflection time. And you won't get your soul back until you do. I promise. The voices just said fuck you. Oh my god. Yeah, tell them to balance out their feminine energy. Well, yeah, we need a Pisces to resolve all this. Yeah, it'll take a Virgo to balance the aftermath out, I promise you. They'll need a Virgo to balance all the energy and be the counselor and caretaker and hugger. Oh my god. The Virgo will be waiting after the aftermath with a broom and a dustpan, I promise. Walking around going, can I help?
Yeah, right. To do our taxes. Yeah, you throw a Virgo on the front lines and it's game over. Somebody's gonna feel that wrath. I literally can hear my perps like I used to. Does she ever shut up? Because my brain never stops thinking. It just goes and goes. Even when I'm sleeping, I'm trying to just criticize and overthink like everything. I've literally heard them yell, "Shut the fuck up!" Yeah, on the potato chip bag. Have you ever seen that parrot, that meme where it says, when I'm angry and I need attention, and the parrot's running around in a circle, stomping its feet? That's a Virgo. Yeah, we can tell you every calorie of the potato chip and what it means, and why you shouldn't eat it while we eat it in front of you. Yeah, I think I want to learn more about signs like Sagittarius. I haven't really experienced many. Yeah, Virgos, we're fussy. Everything has to be perfect. We complain a lot. Nothing is right. Everything is in our way. Don't get us behind the steering wheel because everybody will be a problem on the road, I promise. Like there should have been a warning sign for any mind hacker to hack into a Virgo's brain. Like, warning, you will experience overthinking 24/7, 24/7. They will never shut up. Yeah, I think so too. And if we're not good to ourselves, we're good nutritionists for other people. I would assume the Sagittarius is very warm-hearted and loving. Is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. But they too gain a lot of intelligence based off experience. Like they have a hard time comprehending certain areas and ways. Oh God, yeah. I hope not either. Anybody care to find out what Joe Biden is? I'll look it up. No, he's November 20th. He's a Scorpio. Good Lord in heaven. We're all doomed. They're going to have to take him down. No, he's a Scorpio. So I read somewhere once that before I think the calendars were Romanized, that the Scorpio and Virgo were once one sign. I don't know if this is true. Somebody might want to look into that. Yeah, Biden's a Scorpio. We're all in trouble. November 20th. Would explain why he has that kind of fuck off attitude. Trump was a Gemini. Oh, well. Yeah, Biden's a Scorpio. So you were right about it's going to take a Scorpio to reel somebody into this. Yeah, that would explain a lot with Biden. Marilyn Monroe is a Gemini. That's crazy. I actually, so those who don't know me personally, I used to work for a paranormal group that was well known in this area. I do a lot of spirit box sessions. I kind of stopped doing it due to my targeting. But a while back, I actually did a spirit box session with and channeling with Marilyn Monroe, and it was pretty intense. Where she confirmed what had happened to her, and I was pretty sad. And I remember the vision she gave me where she showed me her favorite car that she owned. I can't remember the model, but I just remember it was a red light sports car. It was pretty interesting. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Yeah. Yeah, the whole JFK thing was really sad. Yeah, yeah, I think so too. Do you think Jimmy and James that it has a lot to do with Obama? And the other reason why I asked that is because I had this lingering feeling that just doesn't go away with him. And I read an article, if somebody has the time and patience to find it, that would be great. But there was an article where he was speaking um, about the UFOs that the Pentagon encountered recently. And he literally stated, with my new government, um, and that kind of freaked me out. I was like, what do you mean with your new government? What do you mean? But he was talking about um, the UFOs and how he believes, about aliens or whatever, this, that, the other. But he literally made a statement saying, with my new government. And I was in question, like wanting further information, but I couldn't find any. And I was like, what do you mean, my new government? Yeah, they do that all the time, Melissa. Forced speech, mouth control, the whole. They try to control my whole body. And then even when I speak about it, they take it like literally speaking. They make it happen. I'm just thinking about it. They're like, yeah, it's true. Here. It's not even presenting the idea. Like they're forcing it on me. He said, Jackie must be a Leo. Oh my Jack, are you a Cancer or are you a Leo? Yeah, I get that all the time where they can actually make my lower whole jaw move. It's really scary and it hurts. They're the opposite of Christmas. I don't understand. What sign are you, Jack? They're literally frying my brain right now, and my whole body is buzzing like in this fire while they're trying to be scary. Like, this is the worst thing I've ever experienced in my life, and I hope these people die. Yeah, Jack, where'd you go? It's probably cancer. Yeah, that's what I'm learning too, is how to kind of coexist with other signs rather than limiting myself. I think it's pretty cool. Like, I never thought I'd be friends with Aquarius, and I'm friends with two. And they're really cool people. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of like you. And they're actually really helpful. The Aquarius, like, they want to help. Yeah, Scorpios are, oh yeah, they're like fire. And the Virgo is like the earth and the waters to tame them. We can either ground you or put your fire out. Your attitude depends on the outcome. Or the outcome depends on your attitude, sorry. Yeah, I take it you're having a bad day today, Jack. I'm sorry, my friend. I hope you're okay. We're all having a pretty rough day right now, so try to ignore whatever they're doing to you as much as possible.